looking at ourselves this year, coming into 2026, and just as we are all here tonight, it is to be able to help us get ready with preparations and to engage the year forcefully so that we can be able to know exactly where we are. Especially if you're living in this country right now, there is a whole lot you have to battle with if you have to succeed. Am I clear? If you have to succeed right now in this country, you have to know what you're fighting against, the Goliath that is going to be affecting your life, and by that way you are able to know exactly, this is how I'm going to punch whatever is happening to me. For this first session, I'll be taking you with the obstacles that is ahead of us, that we see around us, and some of us have experienced it and we are victims of it. And as we deal with that, our sister Lucy will come up and then begin to help us break in how we are dealing with the problem that is on ground. Is that okay? So I may be a little bit fast, but you call my attention in case you need me to repeat anything. Is that okay? All right, so let's go. So we are talking about obstacles to what? To success in Nigeria for youth. So if you're a father here, you're a mother here, it is to also see what your child is going through, facing the success crisis in Nigeria as you are hoping and praying for them. Okay, so it is very clear that we have a large population of youths with great potentials. When it comes to negativity, they tell us about internet scamming and the rest. Now, you discover that when it comes to internet scamming, you also realize that these are skills that were just being used negatively. Am I correct? They could have been used positively. So it is very clear that we have a lot of youth, but however, many youth struggle to succeed due to what? Number one, what? Structural, economic, and what? You agree with that? Yes. You agree with that? All right. Now, so it is for this presentation, it highlights major obstacles facing the Nigerian youth today, because our location, we are not fighting the obstacles in the US, in Europe. We are fighting obstacles within our geographical location. Okay, so let's move. Number one is what? Unemployment and what? So I need you to be alive. Is that okay? So that I know that we are together. So we are dealing with what? So part of the challenges that we are dealing with right now is unemployment, which, how many of you are graduates here? Can I quickly see your hand? You finished university, polytechnic, you served, okay. So we have all that is on ground as part of the challenges to the success, growth, and level where we are. So jobs do not match qualifications. Right now, how many of you, those who have graduated, how many of you are doing exactly what you studied? It's exactly what you studied, you came out. So we have so many hands that are up that they graduated. But what you are actually doing now, you may likely not be what you have studied. So there's a fewer percentage to personalities doing what they studied. So low wages and what? Unstable, informal jobs. Are you getting it now? With now that they are even asking you to pay taxes, and you are doing 4 jobs at the same time, you can see where your life is at the moment. Are you getting what we are saying? So we are looking at what is affecting us as what? As Nigerians, a geographical location, and what is happening to us. And that is why, if you know where your problem is coming from, you should also know that the solution to it cannot be taken for what? For granted. He said, all these things leads to what? Frustration, dependency, and delayed life goals. So, what are you seeing? Maybe as you are looking at your life right now, the frustration is increasing because you are at home. Are you getting it now? It is the same frustration some people had before they got admission into school, where your mates had already gotten admission, and then you were at home. Now you have graduated again, or you're about to graduate, or you're at home. It is still leading to what? Frustration. Dependency on who? On your parents and guidance. Those who you were supposed to, that gradually they were supposed to be stepping back, and then you moving forward. So you notice that our parents are working harder again at an age where they were supposed to be slowing down. Are you getting what we are saying? By now they were supposed to be slowing down, but they still have to make ends meet because you are still in their house. Okay? All right. Number 2 is what? I can't hear you. All right. Outdated curriculum and theory-based learning. Now, when it comes to our curriculum and our learning, some of the things that we are trying to learn here, they are what? Outdated. We are not updated in our curriculums. And you will not understand until you begin to check the syllabuses of different schools and begin to realize that what you are trying to learn, while you are still trying to mix chemical in the lab, some people have gone far. Are you getting it now? This is one of the challenges you are having. A lot of us that are here, if you are not careful, by the time they sit you down to deal with what you studied in school, you will realize that your mates have forgotten that curriculum. They are actually updated. So this is one of the challenges you are having. What is the other one again? All these things have affected our mindsets. It's affecting the way we see life. It's affecting us in different ways. And if you are not careful, you may think it is normal. We are living in an abnormal educational system. Do you agree? All right. What's the third one? Weak connection between what? Education and labor market. Are you getting it now? There is a weak connection between what? Education and where? And the labor market. These are also the challenges that we are facing, that by what you study, as you are getting into the labor market, it looks as if they are not correlating. Are you getting it now? I'm moving faster because we are late. And what is the result? Unemployable graduate. Some of you today, it's not because you didn't go to school, but if you sit down in an interview room, sincerely, you cannot match up with what is there. For example, how do you tell a company that has been existing for 30 years, and when you come in, you that you don't have any experience, you say when you come in, I will bring in a kind of a change you will that you have never seen. Which one have they never seen? I don't know whether you understand what we are saying. You are talking to somebody who is 30 years in experience. They've been existing, they've been there, they're doing whatever they are doing, and you are just coming in and saying, I'll come and turn around it, and the manager is looking at you. Are you getting what we're saying? So sometimes that when you sit down, you see graduates that you cannot employ. Sincerely, you cannot employ. You tell them, can you do this? They cannot do it. Are you getting what we are saying? What's the next one? So, as we are going to be entering into grants and all that, you can see part of the challenge we are having is what? Many youth come from what? From low income family. There is always they talk about the gap between the rich and the poor. Doing what? It's widening. Now, as I'm mentioning this point, these are the challenges you are going to face. Right now, if you go to and meet anybody you know in church, on the street, and tell him, sir, I need 5 million naira to be able to start a business, will they give it to you? No. For the person to give it to you, he will call your village people, call somebody and say, hold this person down, in case the person does not do what? Now, even people are scared of what? There was a day I was supposed to sign one guarantor's form, and I decided to read the content. Now I knew the person needed the job. Even me, I became afraid of while I'm signing. You know why? Because when I saw the conditions of me signing, so if this guy decides to jackpot, so some of us are coming from backgrounds. We were not born with silver spoons. You're coming from backgrounds that are what? Low income. How are you going to rise up to the current challenges of what? Of making ends meet, of living a life that you can call a successful life? That's one of our challenge. What again? Limited access to loans and startup what? Funds. I thank God that is why we are gathered again, so that you know where to access what? Capital. What's the next one? How many of you are first sons here? For your family? First daughters and first sons? Let me see. How many of you are the ones holding your family together? Like even if you are not the first son or the first daughter, but your income is speaking louder in your family. Let me see your hands. Now, they are draining you. Are you getting it now? They are what? Your finance is what? Is being drained because of family responsibility. You have to train your brother, your sister. You have to train somebody around you. This is the Goliath you are facing right now. Are you getting what we are saying now? So, some of these things that you've seen here, 90% of them does not go by prayer and fasting. That demon will still be looking at you in the face. Are you getting what we are saying now? What is it? How is it discouraged? Can somebody tell me? How is entrepreneurship discouraged? Any idea? Huh? Somebody say something.
There's no fund for you to start up your business after learning the program, and then any place you go to, maybe they are demanding for a particular thing from you before maybe giving you that particular grant or fund.
Okay.
Passion alone is not scalable.
I can't hear you.
I said passion alone is not scalable.
Okay.
So you need funds to move your business, run ads, and then bring it to light.
Okay. Fear, thank you. So you're getting it now. You can be passionate and you want to be an entrepreneur. It is discouraged. And one of the things goes back to also the lack of what? Capital. Am I making sense now? Because you in other places you could get grants, you could get loans, very easy to access and all that. But then at the end of the day, you will discover that there is also a systemic problem. And that systemic problem is that they make sure you don't know that you can access loans. Are you getting it now? It's not just that loans are available, it's that you don't even know where to get them. For example, they said they were giving, what was that thing they said they are giving for students? Student loans. How many of you know how to access it? Are you getting it now? How many of they gave the conditions, you don't know how to get it, you don't know how to do anything. The same thing goes when you are doing your entrepreneurship. Sometimes you don't even know how to access these things. Are we clear? Are we clear? Please, I think we have a lot of young people here, so I want to hear your voices. All right, let's go. What do we have? So, job and opportunities based on what? On connections. That is the reality we live in. Jobs are based on what? Connections. Now, and this connection right now, I never used to believe that they pay for jobs until somebody very close to me came to collect money to pay for a job that he didn't get till today. Now, you will realize that entering into offices, they can call for interviews and all that. The hall will be filled up. The people they gave that job didn't sit with you in that interview. You have experienced these things. Is that not so? So, it is gradually based on what? Connections, who knows who, and whatever. These are realities that you are facing, and yet you are going to pray and fast and ask God that you want to succeed in this country. Now, this demon does not go out alone by prayer and fasting. It goes out with knowledge. Did you hear what I've just said to you? I've told you, under me, I reject fasting that gives you ulcer without results. Hello? All right. If we have called for prayer and binding and casting, now this church will be filled up. So are you seeing why some people succeed in life and why others fail? All right. So now so we dey start up. Number one. So that's what I've just explained. Bribery in what? Recruitment and public services. Okay, let's move. Merit and hard work is often what? Unrewarded. So now there's another force that we are dealing with. Is that right now in our geographical location, even if you come out with a first class, that does not assure you that you are getting the job. I hope you know that. Because already we've established in the first place that what? Job opportunities are what? They are based on what? On connections. So you can be the most intelligent student in your class. What's happening? Have you discovered that those who control some of the major offices, you are more intelligent than them, you are more educated than them, you have more CVs than you, your certificates they are upgraded, updated, yet they will not give you the space to climb higher. This are forces you are fighting. To pull them down, let me repeat again, it's not just going to be by prayer and fasting. You must know how to navigate the structural force that is against your life. Okay? So what does this cause? It causes discouragement and what? And brain drain. That means if you are a medical person now to travel out of this country, they just deny you visa anyhow. You know that because guys are gradually trying to move out of the countries to look for better grounds to do what? To do what they need to do. Insecurity, insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, and what? And cultism. For those of you who were with me a few weeks ago, I talked about the internet fraud stuff was paying off. When it was not paying off, they entered into what we call Yahoo Plus. You remember? Whereby ritual killings was added into the internet fraud. It's no longer working because if you watch some of these documentaries about people that have been scammed in Europe and America, they try to track where those places are. In Lagos, I don't know whether you saw that news, a story building that was dedicated to frauding, where they were captured, and Chinese, Filipinos, and Nigerians, different nationalities were in that building. It was a complete shutdown office. Now, this is what you are fighting against. So when it was not, now when Yahoo Plus is no longer working, what have they entered? Kidnapping. Because kidnapping can easily give you 20 million at a go. So instead of me laboring, so some of the persons doing these things are also educated. Some of the persons are also schooled. They went to school. But then, because of the force, the structural problem we are having, now it is going to be affecting you. So imagine you want to start life and you want to be successful. The only 5 million naira you have saved all your life, you have been saving, they now capture you and they now told you are paying for ransom. What is the thing doing you back? It's setting you back. So if you use 10 years to save 5 million, what has that kidnapping done to you? You are going back again for how many years? 10 years. Are you seeing the problem we are having? We are trying to establish the problem and the forces that we have that is affecting our lives as Nigerians. What is it? It disrupts what? Education. Of recent, schools were forced to go on break of recent because of what? Insecurity. You remember? Schools were forced to go on break very quickly. Now, what is happening to the educational system? It's going down and down by the day. Are you getting it now? Now, it disrupts business and what? And movement. So if you are the type that would normally want to go to Lagos, buy goods, come back to Kano and sell, are you able to do that? No. That means you're going to be paying more, either use flight and you do that. And imagine you are just starting a small scale business. What do you think is happening to you? They are actually draining you before you even start your what? Your business. Okay. So it creates fear and what? And instability. And let me even say it even creates overcrowding in certain locations and in certain areas. Right now, the reason Sabongeri is crowded, you know why? It's crowded because of what? Insecurity. If you go to other states, like if you move from here to Kaduna right now, you will discover that Kaduna has a little bit of a relaxed atmosphere in terms of the population and how it is spread. In Kaduna right now, if you go to most of the areas, you see the Muslim areas and the Christian areas. That's how it grows. So as you're moving to one direction, you see this direction, the Christians are here, the Muslims are here. So you can actually choose a location where you will stay. But if you check where we are, especially here in Kano, you will discover that we are overcrowded. So what has overcrowding done to us? It has increased house rent. So it is the tycoons that are buying old houses, breaking it down, and what? And rebuilding. That means you are suffocating in this place. So the person can wake up tomorrow and tell you that his house, which in other states you could get it for 300, and tell you that his house is 700, and you don't have a choice than to pay. And how much is your income? Are you seeing it now? These are the things that are affecting us. So there is a fight to climb the ladder of riches. Because if you not do it, it will affect your life. Okay. What is it? How is it affecting us? It reduces productivity and what? And investment. Are you seeing it now? You've heard of some of the companies that have left Nigeria, not just because there's no light, not just because it's also because of what? Insecurity and what? And violence. For those of you who must have experienced violence in these parts of the north, coming from Kaduna and all that, you realize that every time there's insecurity, what is happening? They burn. Anytime there's violence, everything goes down again. People are restarting their businesses every day. And once companies begins to go down, what happens to you? There's no job for anybody. Are you seeing what we are fighting against? Hello? Hello? All right, let's move. Weak what? So I've talked about electricity. Right now in Nigeria, almost all of us are generating our own electricity, despite the fact that they talked about removal of subsidy from oil. This is what you're fighting against right now. In fact, to have a gen is glorious. But right now, you know that to have a gen looks like a disturbance. Yes. Now, when you have solar, and now you now add lithium battery, you look like the rich of the society. This is not what it is supposed to be. I lived in a country where I could have maybe just pressed this cloth, iron it, and then tell myself I'm wearing it. And I know that, I know I'm not supposed to wear this one. And I'll just go back, pick the pressing iron, and just press the other cloth I want to wear, and I'm moving. But in this country, what do? You have to think ahead. Staying in Kano, I realized that February is always very hot, entering into March. So I look for a way to keep a separate money, like from September, October, November, entering into December and January. I start keeping some percentage of money aside. Do you know why I'm keeping that money aside? To buy fuel during the heat, so that in case the heat comes, I can be able to do whatever I'm doing. So these are the challenges that we are facing. You're producing what you should not produce, which the government is supposed to give to you. Now that they are talking about taxes, they are not talking about how the taxes is going to benefit us. They are only telling us the importance of how we should pay tax. What are they? Poor road and what? Transport system. The brothers that left here yesterday, I was asking them if they are going to school today, how long will it take them to get to school? They said they may get to school maybe around 11 a.m. Now, when I was going to school, the same school they are in, when I'm going to Ibadan, I used to know that if I'm going to take a night bus, by 5 a.m., I am already in Ibadan. In fact, the driver is a little bit slower so that it will be daylight for us to drop there. Right now, to hear that people travel from here to Lagos and they get there in the evening of the next day, in the night. Meanwhile, they started off in the morning around here, is to tell you it's very appealing. The roads are what? Are bad. If you check around this December time, when if you follow the news, there was the hold up in Lokoja. Are you getting it now? That is a federal highway, and that way was supposed to be cleared. So what do people started doing? They started following through Makurdi. Some of you didn't follow how people navigated that traffic. People started following inside Makurdi and navigating other places that were dangerous, that could be dangerous to them. Why? Because the roads are bad and the transport system is bad. You can bind and cast. This is what is up against you. You can't fix the road yourself, because even here, we were thinking of trying to fix it ourselves, and we remember that if you try it, you can be sued to court and be told, why are you fixing the government road? Some people collect money, they live on that year in, year out. All right. Limited water and what? DSTV is doing us anyhow. In other places, as you're paying for a cable connection, what is happening? You pay for subscription, the internet is there, telecom is there, everything is in one package. Here, it is splitted for us. Are you getting it now? So you can't have it. Right now, one of the best internet to use is Starlink, because it's connected to what? To satellite. But then it also has its own downturn, because why? If there is no electricity, it cannot work. Starlink needs to be plugged into what? Electricity. So that means you still have to go back and look for light. Are you seeing it now? And yet, these are things that should help you do research, do other things, and you know what to do. Growing up, there were not so many people who were digging boreholes. Right now, I was in an estate in Abuja, and I realized that almost everybody in that estate is sinking a borehole. And you know what that can do to the sub-layers down there? Are you seeing it now? That means before you know, you see houses are what? Collapsing. Because everybody is trying to tap into the water base underneath the soil. So if you dig water right now, you are actually one of the odogus that you can have water and generate water. So we are generating water ourselves, we are generating electricity ourselves. Are you seeing what? The money that is supposed to be into your pocket, you are now using it for what? For other things. Transportation is also doing its own. All right. So what is it resulting to? Are you getting it now? So all your profit is going back into trying to sustain yourself. Okay. Lack of what? I can't hear you. Now, this is where a lot of us are having issues. A lot of us, there are fewer mentorship programs that run around. I'm sorry to say, the price of knowledge in Kano State, amongst us, and even in some of the core northern states, is very low. Do you agree with me? The price of knowledge is very low. That you can, if for example, you can publish a book here, and even you put it up for 500 naira, people will still struggle to buy. Say, this book is small now. Can't you buy it for 300? If we had said that this seminar, you are going to be paying 50,000 naira, I may only find 5 people here. Are you seeing it now? Yes. The price of knowledge is what? Is low. Now that we even made it free, how many people are here today? Yet this program was announced. At Crossover, we had over 4,000 people in this compound. Are you seeing it now? The price of knowledge is what? Is low. Let me tell you, for you to survive and to climb the ladder of success right now, you need what? Mentorship and what? And guidance. This mentorship, sometimes they are physical, which is advisable because you need to report yourself to somebody. For example, I think Sister Lucy will tell you, if she's generous enough, she can tell you how she plans her program. A lot of us have people we report ourselves to. We have people we tell, this is my plan for 2026. These are the things I am doing. Whatever I want to strike in for 2026 was typed on my laptop. I printed it out. I read it. In the mornings as I'm showering, my brain is going towards what am I doing? And I had a particular person I wanted to listen to. Listening to the person is one of my mentors. He is dead, but he's one of my mentors because his work lives on. I listen to him in the bathroom. As I'm showering, I have this particular speaker I've kept dedicated to my bathroom. So I plug my phone to that speaker every morning as I'm showering, and I'm listening to that guy, sharpening all the things that I have decided I want to do. If you don't have a mentor and you don't have anybody that is guiding you, it is time to do what? To do it. Some people paid to be mentored. The price of knowledge is not cheap because my people perish. Because of what? Because of prayer and fasting. All right. Poor career guidance in what? In school. If you check, it's part of the teenage program I run through the NGO right now. One of the basic things that we are trying to sort out is what? Career guidance. All those days we were in primary school, we were singing, I am a little banker, I come from the bank, I come from the bank just to marry you. Those ones is fading. Are you getting it now? A lot of us, as you are sitting here now, you don't know your temperament. And your temperament and your personality helps you to know where you easily fit in, even on work scale, not just on relationship. A sanguine can easily do some marketing job very easily because they are pleasant enough to meet people. If you are a choleric, you are a goal getter, you can bulldoze. Where people are afraid to enter, you will enter and record success. A melancholic is a thinker. He will think and read through and think through and check the challenges that are ahead. They are analyzers, they are perfectionists, they like to see what things go wrong. So you begin to know exactly what to do. Phlegmatics will always take up teaching jobs very easily. They are good counselors because they are calm, recollective, and they can listen. Are you seeing it now? If you don't know your temperament, you can also be in the wrong job and you are getting frustrated. And that is why we say if you have to know who you are and what you have to fight, you have to know yourself. Knowing yourself is not just about knowing yourself in God. It's also knowing yourself temperamental-wise and personality-wise. This is who I am personality-wise. So there are things that cholerics will do. I will not step there. There are things that phlegmatics will do. I will not step there. And when you study personality and temperament, they teach you how to grow in these areas, and you know exactly what to do. So gradually, some certain areas of life, you need to be a melancholic to push. Then that part of you comes out. In some certain areas of life, you need yourself to be a choleric to push. Melancholics are very creative, very, very creative. Ideas flow. So these things, you need them. So in case you don't know your temperament, one assignment from here, if you must succeed in 2026, is to know yourself temperamentally. So you have books like Why You Act the Way You Act. You have Spirit Control Temperament. You have books like the temperament God gave you, the temperament God gave your spouse, the temperament God gave your kids. These are all books that you need to do. If you're on your phone right now, you type the 16 personality test. It will help you understand who you are. When you do all that, you'll be able to know, okay, me, I easily function like this. So one of the demons you need to bind and cast is your lack of knowledge about yourself. Am I clear? Limited exposure to what? To role models. See, we are not being given, when you sit with children from some of these foreign countries, they tell them about their heroes. Their national history is protected. Are you getting it right now? If you go to different countries, they tell you about, so we are learning the heroes of America, London, and we keep singing London Bridge is falling down or falling down. We don't even know. When you go through the Christmas season, you are singing something about snow and all that. Have you ever seen snow? No. You have not seen it, apart from the movies. Are you seeing it now? We don't have role models, and gradually those who are ahead of us, either in church, in the society, are no longer even becoming role models. Gradually. Are you seeing it now? In church, we still have the same thing, and that is why you see, for those of you around me, you know, I fight against the oppression of every youth that wants to climb higher. Somebody has been in the lay readers, for example, for the past 50 years, 40 years, but they cannot allow a younger person to do what? To read. We are the owners. We know how to do it better. That is a systemic problem. It's a systemic problem, because at a certain stage you are expected to step backward and what? Allow others to grow. And that is what it means to be a godfather. That you are not intimidated by the growth success of this person, but you are what? You are encouraged that you only begin to give like guidance, like, no, you didn't do it well. I noticed you were afraid. But immediately, see, if you are here today and you cannot step aside for a younger person to start moving upward, you have a problem. Are you getting what we are saying now? So we are not having children having role models. We are not having youth having role models like this is it. And that is why if you are looking for mentors and all that, you needed to be able to identify successful people and go and listen to them. Am I making sense here now? What leads to what? Poor career choices. I went to school, I didn't make it. This guy did not go to school well, and he's making it. But then at the end of the day, the system makes us believe that if you don't have education, it's still fine. Yet, you will write narration this year. You understand what I'm saying? This year, you must write what? If you like, go and write teaching the poor. Family. You just write your death sentence. All right, you're almost there. What again? Peer pressure and all that. Let me say this to you, especially those of you who are single. To achieve things when you are single is very easy than when you get married. That myth your mother told you that when you get married and you give birth, children are a blessing from the Lord. You will buy food for children, SMA gold, SMA whatever, and see, your pocket will run dry because you fail to do what? To plan. Are you getting it now? So there's this peer pressure that is coming up because you think, see, the sun shines in different cities at different times. Allow your season to what? To come. So before the sun starts shining on you, can you prepare yourself and get to where you need to get to? Social media comparison culture, fake life everywhere. When you look at people, they live fake life. I see them and I start laughing. Some of these people, they live complete fake lives. Why are you under unnecessary pressure? If you are on the internet, instead of analyzing your life and you are under pressure, you will enter into trouble. Are you getting what we are saying? Influence towards what? Fraud, drugs, and what? And shortcuts. Right now, it's not just that people believe in shortcut. They believe that there is a very shorter cut to get to where they want to get to. There is no shortcut anywhere. You will still come back and restart when the time comes. Are you getting it now? All right. What does it do? See, when I see people who spend carelessly, I know that they did not work for that money. Any man you have seen on the ladder of growth, you will see that what they spend that you think they are spending carelessly, they are spending their profit, not their capital. It is from their profit they are doing all the sadaqah they are doing, giving you alms. People who have struggled, labored, and can tell you this is their growth success, they plan, they are calculative. Before they bring out their money that they are spending it carelessly, they know what they have done. I just told you something, that before the heat period comes, after studying the geographical location of where I am, I save money for what? For fuel. So when we enter heat season, you see me running my gen in my house, and you are angry. You are angry for yourself. When you were doing Dorime, what do you call it? Oble. When you were doing Oble in December, I was there watching you. I was keeping my own envelope, and I was keeping it, and I saved it. When the time for heat came, as you are opening your door for thieves to come and knock, me, I closed my own for AC to be hitting me. Are you seeing how people plan, and you don't know that people are planning? I studied Kano and discovered that Kano is even hotter than some of the regions I was coming in, because I've not been in the country for a while. So what did I do? I just know that, see, if you don't want to die during the heat, my room upstairs can be very crazily hot. One day, it pulled up my tiles in my room. I was in my room watching my tiles picking up, just like that, because of heat. So I knew that I don't want to die before my time. So I decided to plan that before the heat comes, I will have kept myself ready. Okay? So long-term growth. What again? So you have to do 3 jobs, whatever, and whatever is happening to us. So as we are looking at mental stress, anxiety and depression, loss of hope and motivation, the system has a way of discouraging you from moving forward. I hope you know that. The system has a way of discouraging you. All right. What does it do? It affects what? Creativity and what? And persistence. All right. I think you know this one already. Policies are not what? Youth-centered, weak implementation of youth and all that. It creates what? So we are used to the political structure. We are used to this also. Lack of what? Brain drain and migration, lack of local opportunities. You know, in school, if my classmate is more intelligent than me, what do we normally do? We pair up ourselves. Is that not so? And they teach us. Now, when we are having brain drain, that means that people who know are moving to other places. So who will teach you? The best person that knew how to operate somebody has left. You are now coming with your inexperience. You only finish with textbook. Now it is time for you to practice, but you don't have somebody that knows it better. You know, somebody that has been practicing knows some intricacies of what to do in every field of life. Are you getting it now? So if this brain drain continues, we'll keep having quack doctors and immature people who cannot do anything. All right, there's one piece I want to talk about. Environmental and what? Condition of living, flooding, pollution, poor housing, health risks, and displacement. Are you getting it now? Some of you saw my status some days ago, and I said, what is silence? The reason for that is that I enjoy the silence so that my brain can function. If you are sick in this compound and the doctor tell you to rest, I can't rest here. Bam! Because there's somebody shouting behind my window, there's another person shouting in the field. On Saturday that you are preparing for Sunday, before you start preparing for Sunday, demons are getting out of some people. They are shouting. See, there's noise everywhere. Are you getting what we are saying? All right, so that is it. This is where I want to come to, and I'll round up with this. Have you realized something? That a lot of us, the reason you are not moving forward is what? Over spiritualization of what? Of problems. That is why you will fast 21 days in January and nothing will happen in your life. Are you getting what we are saying? When we call for strategic prayers right now, this church is filled up. We say, come and learn. and understand what is going to happen in the world, what are we doing? You see that people are not there. Are you seeing it now? And yet, very soon, you will sow seed, offer seed, bring your capital and everything to the house of God. No problem. We will continue. We'll be praying for you since you are foolish. Do you understand what we are saying? We over-spiritualize problems that are sometimes physical. That you don't know the place between the spiritual and what? And the physical. I've told you, both God and the devil, they are very intelligent. If you are mumu, you are not representing the two of them. Let me repeat that. Both God and the devil, they are what? If you are foolish, you are not representing any of the two. Did you get what we are saying now? So, stop over-spiritualizing problems that can be solved by knowledge. Number two, what? Some challenges are treated only as what? Spiritual issues. Unemployment is blamed solely on what? Spiritual forces. What again? Lack of emphasis on skill acquisition and what? And planning. Last year, what did you learn apart from the books that you graduated with? Some of you have not even opened books. Okay, what did you learn? Nothing. Some of you are only learning because you just want to use it to make money. But you forget that that thing, you can learn it and also become a guru to teach, not just because you are using it to make money. Are you getting what we are saying? Dependence on what? Receive it. Are you getting it now? Dependence on miracles instead of what? Of effort. You are expecting that with your secondary school certificate, the Lord will make you the manager of the company. Thief. When people have PhDs. When people have PhDs, you think you are the only one praying? Sister, upgrade yourself. That's what we said in the crossover. You should do what? Upgrade yourself. You didn't go to school. You want to be the boss of everybody. Now, Juju. Are you getting what we are saying? So, it reduces initiative in innovations and our personal responsibility. And in conclusion, what are we saying? Can we read that together?
Youth success in Nigeria is hindered by many interconnected obstacles.
So, addressing this issue requires what? Education, reform, job creation, good governance, and what? Empowered youth in Nigeria are what? I've just listed all this to show you the problem you are up against in 2026. And if you must survive that, we have said clearly here that prayer and fasting alone will do the spiritual aspect. But if you lack knowledge, you will remain the same way you remained the other time. We're going to enter into the second session of this program, and then we move forward to now dealing with other things. Some of us may need loans. Some of us need to change environment because we've seen what environment is doing, Abi. Some of us need to relocate. Some of us need to move in different directions. We need to know where to assess that thing. God has blessed the family of Abraham. Isaac still needed to dig well. Open the well his fathers had already dug. Are you seeing it now? So no matter how God tells you you are blessed, there is still something in your life that needs to be done. Thank you.